Hello everyone. This weekend's boxing part one. We're going to do the show. We're going to cover the show over in, I think it's in Riyadh, I believe. Night of the Champions, it's called. I think Queensbury are promoting the show, but obviously all the big dogs are involved. You know, top rank got fighters on there. Matchroom. Some notes with Queensbury. So is Anthony Yarde. The Matchroom have a fighter on the card actually. I'm not sure. Not sure they do actually. Top rank. Haney, Brian Norman, I couldn't tell you. I don't follow American boxing the way I do in the UK. But it's an eight fight card. 4 of the fights with the highest level. There's 3 prospects and 1 like 50-50 fight on the card. I think it's a really good card. In comparison with the other cards that have happened on the Riyadh season, I think this is right up there, you know. I really do. I think there's fights on here that I'm really excited for. So we'll start with the one that I'm most excited for. In my opinion, for me, is Sam Noakes Abdullah Mason. Now, as I click off there, I believe this is for the world title. I'm not sure which one, can't keep up. I think they both deserve. I think they're both world class talents. But if you look at who the box now, Abdullah Mason, again, as I said, I don't follow the American boxing, and they can all fight over there, can't they? You know, there's so much competition. You know, the ones that end up being good are really good. But I looked at his record. There's only one name I'm familiar with, and that's Jeremiah Nakafila, maybe. Not sure how to pronounce it, but he's been in with good competition. But the rest of them, I was looking through the records and stuff, and I thought, who's this kid box? I've watched him a few times, and he's a super talent, but who has he boxed? Look at Sam Noakes then, and again, really, you know, he beat Sylvester, who's a really good fighter around Walsh, Ivan Mendy. He has a few good wins, but I don't know. I mean, he's been the European champion, the British and Commonwealth and European champion. This is the next step, but I don't know really. I just think they're both unproven at this level. But if they're both unproven at the level, then I guess I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? I don't know. It's a weird one. I feel like Mason is a few fights off it. Noakes, again, really. I don't know. I think it's an absolutely brilliant fight, though. Because I think they both are world-class talents. Yeah, I think they are. I think the winner will only get better from this and continue to. Mason's obviously much younger. He's exceptionally. He's so fast. I watch the stab to the body he throws. Probably the best since Mayweather. I was up watching him once at 3 in. Watched him live. I'd not even heard of him, I'll be honest, at that point. I watched him and thought, who the fuck is this? Fast, great reflexes. Is there a question about his punch resistance? I'm not sure. Sam Noakes, really strong, physically strong, decent puncher. Good amateur, good fighter. I'll be honest, I looked at the odds. Noakes about 2.5 to 1, and I thought, fucking hell, I like that a lot because I think they're good odds. I think Noakes will win. I think he'll be too strong for Mason. I think Mason will outspeed him, but I think the difference will be when Noakes gets hold of him, which he will after a few rounds. I think Noakes will win. I rate Noakes. I rate Mason. I think he's an unbelievable talent, but I think this might be a fight or two too early for Mason. He doesn't face any competition, really. You know, no one at this level who's, you know, in the prime years that really want to win. So I'm going to go for Noakes. It's an unbelievable fight, though. The next fight is Haney and Brian Norman. One I'm really intrigued by. Haney's boxed everybody. He boxed Gamboa, Linares, Diaz, Cambosos, Lomachenko, Prograis, Ramirez. He boxed Garcia, which is now no contest. Haney's been around forever. It feels like I don't even think he's 30, is he? Been around forever and a really good fighter. Probably spent too long at lightweight, I think. making that weight for so long took a bit out of him. Garcia, hard to judge really. Difficult to judge with what happened after. Did a good job on Prograis. The last fight was terrible. But he's at the very top, isn't he? He's been at the very top for a long time as well now. His opponent I've watched twice. I say I've watched him twice. I've seen 2 of his knockouts, and again, this fella, we asked the question, who has he boxed? I'm not familiar with him, but that doesn't mean that Giovanni Santillan 32-0, Derek Cuevas 27 1-1, and Jin Sasaki 19 1-1 aren't very, very good fighters. I mean, there will be, there definitely will be, but I've just not heard of them. So difficult for me to judge Brian Norman. He looks a puncher, even if them fighters aren't top class. He's hitting them, and he's hitting them fucking properly as well. So he can punch. Again, I should go for Haney really on all-known form, but I've got a feeling Brian Norman is the real deal. From what I watched him, I was really, really impressed, and I think he'll stop Haney. So that's 2 outrageous shouts so far. The next fight, again, this could be fight of the night as well. This is the 3 main fights. I would say the 3 main fights. Yeah, 3. Wait there. 1. How many fights have I done so far? 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the 3 main fights are brilliant fights. Really, really good. So Benavidez. Again, I've not watched massive amounts of him, but when you're beating Plant, Gvozdyk, Andrade, Morel, Durrell, I watched the behind the scenes thing the other day. He's fucking ginormous, isn't he? He's big and he's fit and he's got the wins. He's right there. Now Anthony Yarde, obviously I know much better. If I challenge you to name one opponent that wasn't Bachebiev or Kovalev or Lyndon Arthur, do you think anyone in the comment section could name an opponent of Anthony Yarde that wasn't any of them 3? Because I would struggle. I watch boxing all the time and I would really struggle. Probably get Dex Spellman, to be fair, because he's half local and I like him. But name me someone else apart from them 4. If you can, I'd be very, very impressed. Yarde's a serious athlete, serious fighter, but he boxes the very best, or he boxes way below his level. I think he could have been a lot better. He's an unbelievable athlete and talented, but I think Benavidez stops him. I think he's boxed the highest level too long, and we'll just beat him up as well. Then we have Samuel Namoma. I hope I said that right. And he fights a guy whose name I can never pronounce. Victor Mielnicki Jr. And I'll be completely honest, I've never seen either of them fight, so I'll be a liar to give you a prediction. Then we've got Muhammad Alakel, Jerming Lee. Muhammad Alakel has seen a few times. He's a decent little fighter. Julio Porras Ruiz against Paris Mapenda, and Sultan Al Muhammad against Umesh Chavan. That makes up the card. I tell a lie. Bam Rodriguez fights Fernando Daniel Martinez. Bam Rodriguez, I've watched him maybe 4 or 5 times. Pound for pound, he's at the top of the game. He's unbelievable. If he was 10.5 stone, he'd be one of the biggest names in boxing. But for that reason, that he's not 10.5 stone, I'm not familiar with his opponent. I presume Rodriguez wins. I could be being very unfair on Martinez, as I don't follow the smaller weights as much. Anyway, cracking card, really good card. Maybe the best I've had actually, because I think Noakes, Mason, Norman, Haney, Benavidez, Yarde, and 3 fights. I mean, I'm confident Benavidez wins, but the other 2 proper 50-50s. I think. I mean, I fancy Noakes and Norman, but proper 50-50s. Benavidez, Yarde, some people probably see that as a competitive fight, maybe. Bam Rodriguez is pound for pound. And the other 4 fights, I'm not overly familiar, but the card, I think it's a brilliant card, yeah.